Hello, I hope that you're having a wonderful day. I'm having a fantastic day. Thank you so much for joining me, for taking the time out of your day to hang out with me. I'm going to create a makeup look here for you today that I used to do way back in the day. Way back in the day when I didn't really know much about skincare, when I didn't really know much about makeup in general. Hi, thank you so much for joining me, for whoever joined me just now. But I'm super excited to share this look with you because I think that it's interesting how many products I used to use, and it's also interesting how the order in which I used to use them, and so I'm just I can't believe I have these products still. Like some of these products I got when I went back home, like to visit for Eid recently. Um, so sorry, I think that when the seasons change, my allergies change, and I have a bit of a allergy thing happening. But yeah, today I'm going to be doing a makeup look for you guys, and I'm also going to be sharing with you how I used to do things. So if you're interested, just stay tuned. So the first thing we're going to start off with is this. This is the Chanel Sheer Brilliance. Sometimes I used to just wear this and some other products and be out the door, but other times I used to layer things, and I'm going to do the one where I used to layer things. And I used to never like apply it on my ears, so I'm going to leave my earrings on, but I used to blend down my neck always. So I know I used to always do that. So I always started out with this guy, and this is in the shade Sun Kissed. I know there were two shades in this thing. I don't know if they still exist in Chanel or not, but it used to be my old bottle that I got from. So I'm like not sure what's going to be. Oh, yeah, it's definitely runny. And I don't remember like how much of it I used to take, but I do remember that I used to take all over my face. I used to really like a dewy look, and I still love a dewy look, but I would probably, yeah, something has gone off on this. I can tell. Oh my gosh, it smells like something has turned. But it's okay. Like for the sake of this video, like I just want to create a look that I used to do, way, way back in the day. So I remember I used to apply this everywhere, even on my under eyes. So yeah, all right. So you apply that everywhere. Something has gone off. I'm not gonna apply more at all. Okay. So as you can tell, it gave me like this sheen, but usually like nowadays, I don't want like sheen on my nose or on my forehead or even on the sides of my mouth. So I would probably not apply a dewy primer there. That's what I think this is. It's a very like gives you a sun, like you in the sun type of a look. And it doesn't have any like shine particles. It's just like kind of like a sheer sheen, a glow, if I must. Okay, and then I used to go in, sometimes I used to just put the 2 layers on and be done, but I'm doing like the whole routine that I used to do. So this is Laura Mercier's Tinted Moisturizer in SPF 50. And this is in the shade Nude. I think I used to wear something darker than that. So I'm just going to take a little bit of this just because I think that nude is going to be too light for me. But also back in the day, I used to not really care about, as you can tell, like how I used to apply, like really rub my skin really hard when I used to apply on my foundation. But I guess Pat McGrath uses the same method of applying foundation, is by really rubbing it into the skin, which I think is really interesting. That's her technique. But as you can tell, like right now, I have a really great kind of like skin tint happening. There's no real makeup on, but there's like a skin tint situation happening. This stuff underneath sunlight, it has sparkles in it. So this stuff, when you look at it underneath the sunlight, definitely it has sparkle in it. Okay, this Laura Mercier, that's what I used to do. Okay, so I'm sharing, like, I don't do this anymore, but this is exactly what I used to use. Okay, so the next step I used to go in with is this Vita Lumiere by Chanel. I used to have a really high-end routine, and now I think like I love drugstore products because I found products that are better, if not compatible to these products, but I still love the Vita Lumiere. I apply this for my red dress wedding look. If you know my Instagram, you probably have familiar with my red dress day, and that this was the foundation I was wearing on that day because it absolutely turns into skin. It has a skin-like finish. This is the Chanel's Vita Lumiere. This is the shade in the shade Neutral Intensity 4.5. But I do have a darker shade in this, and this is a newer formula. I used to take 1 pump, sometimes 2 pumps. And as you can tell, like I didn't use any brushes at all. Yeah, so I would take like 2 pumps of this thing, sometimes like 1.5 pump. And like I would apply my face and my chin. I would apply this like lotion. Also, before I started, I would always apply oil of Olay. Oil of Olay was like my moisturizer of choice. And that was like the only skincare step that I used to take after maybe like scrubbing my face with the St. Ives apricot scrub. And I would not in a million years ever apply that scrub to my face, maybe to my feet, to my knees, to my legs, but I would never apply that scrub to my face ever again, probably ever again. The reason why I'm blending it out on my neck is because I always made sure I blended all on my neck, and also like whatever product was left on my fingers, I would try to like blend it out that way. All right, where's the cap for this guy? Okay, so yeah, the Vita Lumiere, I still love it. I still think it's beautiful. I think that the application with fingers is amazing. Like the application that you get with fingers with this product is, I think, better than any other application. Even I think with the sponge. Actually, I do like it with the sponge too because you can build it up to a more medium coverage. Right now, you can still see my skin through everything. Like you can still see that I have veins. I have some spots. You can still see my skin. Like it's not like fully covered right now. But the next step that I'm going to take is this Shiseido stick blush. And these were the sticks that the Shiseido came out with so many years ago. And I used to apply it just like that. Like I used to apply it like a blush highlighter situation. Okay. Like, and I used to even like to take it on the sides of my cheek to kind of, because I used to be a little bit more heavy set. Like I used to have more weight on my face. And so, and then I use this Chanel foundation brush to blend out my cream products on my face. And I would take it everywhere. Like I would take it down to my cheeks, up here, everywhere. Like I didn't have any concept of contouring and highlighting and bronzing. I would only apply blush. And so I would apply it everywhere. But the good thing about this blush was that it did have a sheen to it. So it gave me a highlight. And because of the tone of it, it made me look really flushed, especially this time of the year when I did want to wear a bold lip. And so I used to literally, like, I have the exact lipstick too that I used to apply. I actually have Cruella, like the actual lipstick in the Instagram post that I showed you with the long hair. I was wearing the same dress with the long hair and the red lip. I would literally do exactly this routine that I'm doing right now. And you're going to notice I kind of didn't want my under eyes to exist. So when I was doing my makeup, I wouldn't do anything with my under eyes, anything at all. if I was going to, okay, so then what I would do is I would apply some eyebrows, because immediately when I used to see my face like this with one tone, it would be too much. So I used to use the shade Embark by MAC, but I don't have that anymore. I have this right here. This is a palette by Juvia's Place, and there's a shade Kenya in here, which is a really deep brown. And I used to go in with this brush, and I know that it's so funny, but like I even got the same brush that I had back home when I went to go visit. I got my beauty box. It was like a leather Dior beauty box, and in there were all my old makeup things. That's why I thought I should do this video, because I actually had all the things. So I would brush out my brows like so, but my eyebrows used to be super thin back in the day. Like I really enjoyed a thin brow back in the day. And then on the other side of the brush, it literally still has some of the product on there. Um, and I would tap off the excess, and then I would make some big strokes here. And then I would just blend out the rest. Because I worked as an eyebrow threadist for a very long time, I'm going to try to keep my brows as thin as possible, because that's how I used to really like my brows, really high arched over here and really thin. That's how I used to really like them, but now I really don't like that look that much. I would say I like a more fluffy look, a more youthful look. So like you see even now, like how thick it's getting, that's getting too thick for back in the day. Like I used to have thin brows. Like I loved thin brows. I still like them, but I don't think I would use a razor to make them thin. Like I wouldn't make them thin using a thread, or like you doing threading or doing. Okay, so I'm just gonna fill in just a little bit more and be done with it, because I used to spend a long time on my brows. Like I used to sit there and try to perfect them. And I used to love this sort of like an arch situation that's happening. Like I used to make them super arched. And that's what I'm trying to like emulate today. So even though this is like outside of my comfort zone now, like this is like super cringe for me, because like, like I color correct my under eyes. I do so much with my under eyes now, and I apply powder now, whereas like before there was only one powdered product, and that was two powder products, the eyebrows and the okay, so yeah, the eyebrows and the eyeshadow that I'm gonna apply. Oh my gosh, I used to do this look like all the time. Also, like back in the day, I thought that black eyeliner, black mascara, and a bold lip was the look. Like I thought that it was the it look, you know what I mean? Like nothing could get better than that. Like I was overdoing the whole black eyeliner and the whole, oh my gosh, it looks so crazy. I remember it being like so thin, right? So like I'm trying to extra make them look thin today, because I'm so used to making them look thick. But it's so funny how it's not like I'm using much less products than I use today. Like, yes, I know I can apply more layers, and when I do a full face of makeup, I do apply more layers. But literally, like I think my routine back in the day was like so cringe, especially because like right now my fingers are feeling so dirty, and I can't live with myself like this, but that's how it's gonna be right now, because that's how I used to do it, and I want it to be like super real. Okay, So I think it was arched just a little bit more, like here and there, connected right there. I think that this brown tone got a little bit too warm for my brows. But if I remember correctly, Embark was the wrong shade for me as well. Like it was way too dark. So I would say that this is very close to how I used to do my brows back in the day. Okay. And next is, okay, and then what I used to do with the eyeshadow. I had this one eyeshadow and I found it was literally the same. It's the same shadow that I had even before. Like I had hit pan on it, okay, which means that I used it a lot and I still like it to this day. And the way they market this product, this is by Physicians Formula. It's called Eye Brightener. It says natural eye light. Okay, so what I used to use it as was to lift my eyes on the top. And because I didn't really know what this crease was, like how I can make my crease look beautiful, I used to take a brush like this. This is the brush I think that I used to use. And also when I wanted to really pack it on, I would use this smudge tip, the felt tip, the tip guy, okay? So I would take some on my brush and I would literally, literally just, this is like so cringy for me. Oh gosh. I would just take it in my inner corner like that. So like I would take it so that if the light hits my inner corner, that it lifts. And I would take it like all the way to my brows. Oh, this is so cringe. Sometimes I would make it like even more, like I would build it up like a lot. But I still love this look, like this sort of glistening, sort of an eye look. Like, don't get me wrong, I think it's really pretty. But like now I would build a crease, I would do something more, okay? But I like these tones, like I'm not gonna lie, I'm not super hating it. For somebody who was a rookie doing makeup back in the day, I think this is not a bad trick because look, it went from like really dark to like at least a little like lifted. Look, if I do this, my inner corner is like super lit, right? So it's not bad, but like now I wouldn't like apply the same shadow from like lid to um from lid to brow. You know, that's how I did it back in the day. It's so cringe. But I wanted to create my makeup how I used to do it back in the day. So yeah, this is, you guys are getting like the real stuff. You know, you're getting the how I did it. I'm gonna apply a little bit more on the brow bone because I remember I used to love like making my eyebrows look super sharp. So I would like extra build my brow bone, you know, and make it look almost kind of metallic-y. But this is not a bad tone. Like this is a highlighter for back in the day, you know, like this formula is actually really nice for a highlighter. This is so cringe for me to apply like this shimmery eyeshadow, like all on my eye. Okay, we're done. This is what I used to do. Okay, this is like super real. Okay, so what I used to do is I used to have these two guys. Okay, well, number one, I had this thing. If you're a Pakistani girl, you know what this is. This is a kajal. This is like a legit kajal kohl liner. And I had pinched mine, and I would pinch mine and I would put a lighter underneath it. I would heat it up. I would like do crazy things with it, okay, to get the blackest black out of it. And literally all you do is you stick it in your eye, you close your eyes, And when you open your eyes, you have like your entire inner waterline lined up, like lined. And what I would do is I would even kind of like poke my eye so it would water a little and the liner would bleed out a little. Like that's what I liked. I liked the eye, like you know how there's no liner right here. In a second, there will be a lot of liner. Okay. So just hang with me. I used to do this a lot. So I would do this kajal thing that I'm doing right now where I would like literally like go crazy in my eye and have this sort of an effect where my whole eye shape starts to show and you start to build a shape with your inner corner of your eye. Ooh. Okay. This is super cringe for me now because if you know how I do my makeup now, I apply like a creamy eyeliner. And literally the reason why so I used to like take this inner corner part and like bring it out. Okay, so like all the parts that are shining, I used to get in on that inner corner, like with the eyeliner. Because what I wanted to create was contrast so that there's so much contrast between like my eyeshadow and my eyeliner that all the attention from like my under eyes is going to the eyes and the eyeshadow rather than like the under eyes, kind of like diverting the attention. And then I take this thing. This thing is by Guerlain. It is a French company. They did like this Moroccan theme limited edition thing that I got from Sephora. And what I liked to do with it, I still own this because it is a beautiful product. I would heat it up, but I think it's warm enough, like my body's warm enough. But as you're seeing, I used to run it along my lash line, just like that, so that it would look like it has been there for a while. And I do this thing where I would swipe up to keep it from bleeding because this did bleed a lot. It bled a lot throughout the day, and the only time like I would have clean like under eye situation was when I was taking a selfie, to be honest, literally. Otherwise, like my eyeliner was always bleeding. Ah, I'm so scared to like go in so hard in this lash line with this dark black liner, because I'm just not used to doing this anymore. If you know how I do my makeup now, like I do brown mascara, brown eyeliner, brown crease, then I go from there. Like which is so different than, of course, what I'm using right now. Back in the day, I was obsessed with like high-end products. So next product I'm going to go in with is a Christian Dior Dior Show Maximizer 3D Volumizer. I still use this because it's still, I think, one of the best eyeshadow. Sorry, I'm going to plug the computer in. I still use this because I think it's still one of the best eyeshadow primers, even compared to Lancome, even compared to the Marc Jacob one. There's so many ones I've tried, and nothing has come close to the Maximizer. I used to always be obsessed with really like having lashes, like the lash situation was really important to me. And so wait a second. Before I ever did the lashes, I always lined my eyes on the top too. So you see where like it's shining, I would line my eyes exactly like that. Line it like this. And don't get me wrong, like of course I I would still wear a makeup look like this, but I think this is just too much. And I would wear this to the office, you know what I mean? Like sometimes I'd wear this to the office with a nude lip, and then I would change the lip. I'm going to show you both the lip options that I used to wear a lot, or all three of them if you want. I can show you the third one. Then I used to like to wing it out a little bit and then connect it. I used to be super precise with this, but I really don't care anymore, but I will try to care a little bit right now because I used to spend a lot of time perfecting my eyeliner. Like that's what I think most of my makeup look consisted of, was how much time I was spending on my eyeliner. Literally. Eyeliner and mascara. That's because I was always trying to divert the attention from my under eyes to the top of my eyes. So I would make the eyeliner super thick and super big and chunky, and then I would kind of smudge it too sometimes. So I think that in the photo, what I had done is I had taken a brush like this, which I think this is exactly the brush I use, and I smudged the eyeliner to make it soft on the top of my eye. Just like that. And the edges of my eyes were just always a hot mess. That's what I remember. So I'm just going to do it the way I used to do it, literally. Like I feel like a grease ball. Like I feel like my forehead has so much shine. The sides of my face has so much shine. Like I wouldn't wear makeup like this anymore. But it's fine. It is fine. One of the lip options is like super nudie type of a color. And you'll see that the bullets of both of these lipsticks are completely gone almost. That's because I believe that I used them so much, like I did these looks so much, that I used up all of those colors. And yeah. Okay, here it comes. I used to close my eyes, flick it out, connect it. Remember, she didn't care if it was going to get thick. If it was getting thick, it was getting thick. That's just how it was going to be. And I just loved like a lot of liner. And then I would take the brush and then just perfect it a little bit further. All right. It's gone a little crazy, but it's the mascara is still gonna go on, so there's gonna be a lot of mascara going on. Okay, so we're gonna be doing a quick coat of the Zero Show Maximizer on the lashes. Like I did before, I used to really focus it on the edges of my lashes. Like I used to focus a lot on the edge of my lash and didn't care so much about the inner corner as much as I do now. So what I'll do is mainly focus it the way I used to do it, but I'm not going to spend that much time, as much time as I used to spend. And yeah, that's just not happening anymore. I used to spend a lot of time doing this. So when I'm going like this, I can see that some of my waterline on this eye was not lined correctly. So I can even take a break from applying the primer, the lash primer. My gosh, this video is getting long. I'm so sorry. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, for whoever's hanging out with me. I super appreciate it. Please say something so I can say hi and say what's up. Then I'm going to go in with this guy again, the Gadget. And I'm going to close my eyes and I'm going to try to like really work it in to this eye. Awesome. All right. And then I used to love the Dior Show mascara, and I had a small version of that. And it was between the Chanel, Le Volume de Chanel, which I love still to this day. I love both of these. I just like this one in the shade 369, which is brown and waterproof. I like to get that version, but I did have a mini version of the black. So I figured I will open it up for this video, for the sake of this video. But it is a beautiful, oh my gosh, I love this mascara so much. It has a beautiful wand, and I love a mini size of mascara. If you're a girl watching me, do you like mini size mascara? Because I think mini size mascaras are so awesome. Okay, so now I'm just working into the lashes. Like, I used to really spend a lot of time doing this. I'm not gonna do it. But this mascara will build on itself. So if you want to try it out, it is a pretty penny. It's like $25 or $28. I highly recommend the waterproof version because for me, for my eyes, I need waterproof version because I don't like my mascara to like fall on my face or bleed throughout the day. Like back in the day, I feel like I used to make them so high up that like you can barely see them right now, but they're getting up there. Really focused on the edge. So that is what that looks like. It's hard to tell because of the eyeliner, but this is like what I did so that it would be like super, super black. And you can see already like the eyes are starting to like get messy underneath. It used to get really messy throughout the day. I used to look so tired. Now I really like the look of like cream liner, you know, some concealer, some powder, and some brows, and maybe some blush. And I'm good to go for the day. I don't even need a lipstick anymore. I feel like I could go without lipstick and black eyeliner or black mascara. I feel like black eyeliner and black mascara has been so overdone, and it can look pretty stark. It's a very stark look to have black. I think that maybe people should try out maybe like navy or burgundy or purple, deep purple, especially because these shades are hard to, like, it's hard for mascaras to be too bright anyway. So most companies make a deep color, and so when you get up close, your eyes shine in this beautiful way, especially if you have brown eyes. I know that black eyeliner definitely does that as well, but I think that like a navy liner or a brown liner or a burgundy liner or purple liner just does so much more, you know, so much more. Oh gosh, I keep forgetting to focus on the edges because now I really like focusing on all the lashes rather than just the edges. But back in the day, I used to love, this was my look. Like back in the day, this is what I used to look like. Oh my gosh, I'm having like super flashback moments right now. But yeah, this was like my regular thing. These were my products. My face is so like, I would say dewy. Like it's incredibly dewy. Like I don't like this much dew at all. I'm probably not going to wear this for the whole day. But yeah, let me show you the lip options, and then I'll show you my look, and then we'll say goodbye because we've already gone too long on this video. This is a Chanel lipstick. This was a matte cream lipstick in in the shade 36. It's Allure Velvet, Rouge Allure Velvet 36 La Celine. Beautiful shade. And as you can tell, like it's been well loved, well used. And it's even good to this day. Like I still use this to this day. I would literally rub it on like this. I would never wear a lip liner with a color like this. Like I would just wear it right off the bullet, just like that. So this is one look. Like I would wear this to the office. Let's say maybe I would look like this to the office. And then I would switch it up. Like I would change it to, let me get a tissue. Actually, I have a tissue right here. Okay. Okay, so what I would do is I would sometimes, if I were to go out at night after work, let's say, and I was wearing that pink lip, like light pink lip, I would switch to this lip, which is Mac's, this is MAC lip liner in burgundy. And I would make my lips look super round. Like, I don't know why I did that, but I'm just going to do it the way I used to do it. Sorry, you're not talking. You guys know I would overline, like, I would overline the opposite way. Like, I would put more up here and more down here and less on the sides. But before I used to do complete opposite. So I'm doing exactly like what I used to do, okay? Okay, so I would do that. And then I would go in with this lipstick, which is Makeup Forever in the shade 507. And it's a matte lipstick. I don't know if they make this shade anymore because I think that they have changed their shade range since. I think they've updated the bullet for sure. And you can see like there's nothing left in the bullet. Like this is like the bullet turned up all the way. It's like no product left. There's pretty much sliver of product, which means I used to use this a lot. Okay, so I used to like go in on this. Oh gosh. I'm getting like old Maham vibes so hard right now. So I would do something like this and then I would blot it because I'd always feel like a little too much with this. Yeah. This is what I used to do. This is what I used to look like. This This is so crazy because like now my makeup is so focused around my under eyes. But yeah, this is the look. This is how I used to do my face when I had like long hair and the red lip with this dress from like 2012. There's a photo on my Instagram that I recreated that look for you guys because I was like, I think it's pretty cool to see like how we used to do our makeup compared to how we do our makeup now. And as you can see, like whenever somebody would take a photo of my face, the shine on my brows would get so bright, like the shine on my forehead would get so much that it would completely like bounce back so hard that it would completely like be crazy shiny and there would be no brows in the photo, or all you can see is the eyeliner and the lipstick, you know. Let me show you one more lip look and let me show you the whole outfit as well. Okay, let me actually put the outfit on and I will get the other lip that I wanted to show you because I did that look a lot and I think that it's worth it to share. Oh my gosh, maybe I got rid of that lip color. Oh my gosh, it used to be in my arsenal. But I guess I must have given it away. Anyways, the lip color that I was talking about is Cruella by NARS. It's like a lip pencil, so you can line your lip and fill it in, and that's what I used to use all the time. I feel so weird. What I would correct on this face right now, like one thing that I would change to make this more wearable for myself for the rest of the day, I would like to apply, let me get a brush. I would apply some face powder. Like what I would do is I would take some powder, like loose powder, onto a face brush, which I used to have before. This is like a little I used to be obsessed with Chanel Beauty. I would take the powder and put it right there so the shine goes away. And it's not totally matte because as you can tell, there's still some skin, it's still skin-like, but at least it's not blinding your face, right? And then I would take some more powder, work it into the brush and on the back of my hand, and I would put the powder like right there. So even though we are not using like concealer and color corrector and all of those things, at least our nose and our under eyes are not too shiny. Let's put a little bit more. I'm just not used to putting powder on like this with this brush, but the reason why I am using this brush is because I had it since back in the day. And I wanted to use only products that I used back in the day. Even though I never used powder back in the day, like, but this, I can live with this. Even though this eyeliner is crazy, I can live with this. This look has been a bit of a cringe look for me, but I actually do enjoy the whole look head to toe. So let me really quickly go over my accessories. I have this little earring on with a long back. I have this little snake earring. The other snake earring has a long back as well. It's got a dual back. And then this is Betsy Johnson. I love Betsy Johnson jewelry. This necklace, this snake necklace, is also Betsy Johnson, and it has sort of like a mesh net with sparkles like beads inside, and it has like this serpentine head and this tail situation. And I got this, Ali got me this necklace from Istanbul when we went to the Grand Bazaar. So that is that. I have a black bow, a leather black bow on my hair, and I have my Hugo Boss black crocodile leather band watch. And I have this dress by Rachel Roy. And as you can tell, I've had this dress for many, many years. And yeah, let me point you down just a little bit. So yeah, this dress I've had for many, many years. The back has a clear detail. I'm wearing it with a Michael Kors belt today. It is a wide leather belt that has a stretchy thing on the back, and it does have buttons, so you can button it a little looser if you wanted to. And it also, like I said, has a stretch, so when you sit down, it's not like super crazy bad. And I've paired it with my leather purse. If I'm going to work, I would put something like this on. I would put my cape on, and I would bring my purse in like so, and I have my booties that match my purse. So I would have this kind of a knit cape situation if I was going to work. And if I was going out to dinner, let's say after work, I would wear this clutch situation with my ID attached. It is like this green Rebecca Minkoff pieces. These are both Rebecca Minkoff pieces. So I would wear this crossbody situation rather than bringing the whole big old bag. You know what I mean? I would just wear the crossbody and maybe throw my cape on for later. But yeah, this is the whole look. I hope that you enjoyed this. I hope that you learned something new. Thank you so much for your time. I super appreciate it. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Please make sure to follow me on Instagram. Please make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Make sure to hit the subscribe button and make sure to hit the notification bell so every time I post, you get a notification from me. Thank you so much for your time. Like I said, it's been a long one. Thanks. Take care. Bye.